Ambassador Sarah Chen stood motionless in the center of the Galactic Senate's crystalline chamber, her hands clasped behind her back as the final vote tallies appeared on the holographic displays floating above each delegation. The numbers glowed an ominous red: 847 votes against, 3 abstentions, 1 in favor. Earth's membership application to the Galactic Confederation had been decisively rejected. The chamber erupted in a cacophony of alien languages, clicks, whistles, harmonics, and subsonic rumbles that the universal translators struggled to process. Senator Vexthul of the Hegemony Coalition rose from his biomechanical throne, his 6 arms spreading wide in what humans had learned was a gesture of dismissive superiority. The primitive species from Sol 3 has been evaluated and found inadequate. His translated voice boomed through the chamber. They possess no significant technological contributions, no unique resources we require, and their violent history speaks of a species unfit for civilized society. Sarah's jaw tightened, but her expression remained diplomatically neutral. 3 years she had spent on this forsaken station, enduring condescension and barely veiled contempt from species who considered humanity little more than clever apes with starships. Senator Keel Mora of the Crystalline Collective added her harmonic voice to the chorus. Their homeworld offers nothing we cannot obtain elsewhere. More efficiently, and without the complications their aggressive nature would inevitably bring. As the representatives continued their verbal autopsy of human civilization, Sarah activated her personal communicator with a subtle gesture. The device, disguised as an ornamental pin on her lapel, transmitted a single encoded burst back to Earth. 3 simple words that would change the galaxy forever. Vote has failed. On Earth, Admiral Marcus Rivera received the transmission in the war room beneath Geneva. The gray-haired veteran looked around the table at his staff, brilliant minds from every nation who had spent the last 3 years preparing for this exact scenario. Gentlemen, ladies, he said quietly, they've made their choice. Initiate Protocol 7. What the Galactic Senate had failed to understand, despite their advanced sensors and millennia of experience, was that humanity had never intended to join their confederation as supplicants. The membership application had been a test, a way to gauge their intentions and capabilities while humanity prepared for the inevitable. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, Earth's leading xenobiologist, had spent those 3 years analyzing genetic samples traded in diplomatic exchanges. Every handshake, every ceremonial meal, every cultural exchange had been an opportunity to map the biological weaknesses of Earth's would-be overlords. Meanwhile, Commander Elena Volkov had been reverse engineering every piece of alien technology they could get their hands on, improving upon designs that had remained static for thousands of years, due to the Confederation's rigid bureaucracy and fear of change. As the Senate continued its celebration of Earth's rejection, Sarah smiled. A cold, predatory expression that none of the aliens present recognized as dangerous. Humans, after all, were the only species in the galaxy that had evolved as both predator and prey, developing an unmatched capacity for strategic thinking and adaptive violence. Honored senators? Sarah's voice cut through the noise like a blade amplified by the chamber's acoustics. I thank you for your candid assessment of my species. The chamber quieted, curious about this unusual response. Most rejected species left in shame or anger. This human seemed almost pleased. Before I depart, Sarah continued, I wish to share a gift with the Confederation, a token of Earth's respect for your decision. She pressed a control on her wrist device, and suddenly every screen in the chamber displayed the same image. Earth's moon, but not as they had ever seen it before. The lunar surface was covered in massive installations, bristling with weapons arrays that made their most advanced battleships look like toys. What you see is humanity's true face, Sarah announced as gasps and alarmed chittering filled the chamber. For 3 years, while you debated our worthiness, we transformed our moon into the most heavily fortified weapons platform in the galaxy. Every diplomatic ship you sent to Earth was scanned, analyzed, and reverse engineered. Every biological sample you shared with us revealed weaknesses we have now weaponized. Senator Vexthul's exoskeleton began clicking rapidly, a sign of severe agitation. This is impossible. Our scouts detected no such installations. Sarah's smile widened. Your scouts saw what we wanted them to see. Humans excel at deception, Senator. It's one of our many primitive traits. The displays shifted to show fleet movements throughout the galaxy. Hundreds of human ships previously hidden in asteroid fields and nebulae were now converging on key Confederation worlds. Ships built not for exploration or trade, but for one purpose: war. You see, honored senators, humans have a saying: don't mistake kindness for weakness. We came here hoping for partnership, for peaceful coexistence. Instead, you offered us subjugation disguised as membership. You called us primitive, violent, inadequate. Sarah began walking toward the chamber's exit, her footsteps echoing in the stunned silence. You were wrong about one thing, though. We're not violent by nature, we're violent by necessity. And thanks to your vote today, it has become very necessary indeed. As alarms began blaring throughout the station, Sarah paused at the threshold and looked back one final time. The galaxy is about to learn why humans are the only species to have fought our way from prey to predator on a death world. Your vote wasn't just against Earth, senators. It was against your own survival. The chamber doors sealed behind her as chaos erupted among the Confederation's representatives. Within hours, the first human battle groups would reach their targets. The species that had dismissed humanity as primitive was about to discover that sometimes the most dangerous predator is the one that lets you think you're safe. The vote had indeed been their last error.